Greetings and thank you for your interest in global trends, local choices. This is Jan Spencer. GTLC is an educational initiative of the Suburban Permaculture Project in Eugene, Oregon. The initiative, which includes a DVD and speaking tour, is intended to offer thoughtful perspectives and real-life tools to encourage positive movement towards a healthy and peaceful world. GTLC touches on economics, downsizing, material needs, human potential, community uplift, shifts in urban land use, resilient neighborhoods, and much more. This short trailer provides an overview of the 85-minute narrated slide presentation on DVD. Please visit the Suburban Permaculture website to find out more. Thanks. This is the first table of contents slide. Notice there are several distinct sections of GTLC. Each one will begin with the basic contents of the entire presentation, but also showing more detail about the next section, like this one does for points of departure. Also notice each section can serve as its own sub-presentation, but they all fit together and each adds meaning to all the others. The presentation begins with explaining several basic aspects of global trends, local choices, such as its goals, why it's not about peak oil and climate change, and core principles, and a couple of personal comments. Creating a peaceful and healthy future will require an economic system that can assist moving towards those goals and ideals. We don't have that at this time. The agenda of market capitalism is not peace and health. Its agenda is to manage and manipulate dynamic conditions as well as it can to increase economic activity and wealth for those who control the economy, with enough left over to keep the larger population compliant and docile. To be most effective in pursuing an uplifted goal, it's vital to create a strong foundation from which to work from. Understanding the nature of market capitalism helps to avoid putting false expectations, loyalty, and assumptions upon a system that is not designed to assist attaining a healthy and peaceful future. This part of GTLC will touch on several examples to show why market capitalism is not an ally for a viable future, and then, shortly afterwards, we'll take a look at alternatives. Power shift. That could have many meanings. One is shifting our own power. We all have far more positive potential than we know. We have far more power and potential in our neighborhoods and communities than we know. Connecting with that power and potential can arrive in many ways, from within, from others, from uplifted traditions, from conditions and circumstances that clearly tell us it's time to step it up, and it is time to step it up. This next part of GTLC describes concepts and encouragement to step it up, and some tools that can help. What better place for global trends to encourage making local choices than where we live? This part of GTLC will focus on what can be done with existing residential properties. Property conversion is here and now. It's about making much better use of what a site has to offer. As you watch this, consider, how could you make use of these ideas? If you have a property like this, please share it. Others need to know. Urban redesign is about multiple benefits: economic, social, cultural, environmental. You'll see examples of conversion applicable to a wide variety of urban settings. Further, this grassroots approach can expand organically with little or no formality. Even so, city policies could be helpful moving these great ideas forward. You'll see. Transforming individual properties, even entire blocks, is wonderful, but a viable green culture and economy must have a scale far beyond scattered property conversions, or even the more scarce housing co-op or eco-village or retro co-housing project. Neighborhoods, the base of the civic pyramid, is the next size up and the focus of the next section of GTLC. We'll see how existing organizations and programs can work together to be far more effective than they can alone, and how they can be used in creative and positive ways they were not originally designed for, all on behalf of greening our neighborhoods and communities. Imagine if entire neighborhoods were like an upsized block plan. This section offers helpful ideas and emerging examples for movement in that direction. This second to the last section touches on local food, an essential part of going green. Then a fundamental theme of GTLC continues strongly, recognizing existing assets, this time more deeply from the mainstream: manufacturing, management, city hall, finance, the urban landscape, faith communities, and imagining those assets becoming tools that will serve a greener, downsized future. We'll also have a look at future employment prospects. Human history and global trends, local choices, are essentially about economics, that is, taking care of human needs. Important to consider within this realm of thought is, what is a need? One could observe our consumer culture has come to confuse wants with needs, and wants have become closely related to expectations, driven by advertising, which are even more distant from reasonable needs. This economic system requires and defines a culture increasingly disconnected from what is real and healthy. The external costs of this arrangement are immense and range from the personal to the global. With these thoughts in mind, the next few slides will bring global trends, local choices to a close. Foundation. Recall the wisdom of the great spiritual and uplifted traditions: compassion towards others, modesty of lifestyle, care for the natural world. These values and ideals, already familiar to millions, would be the basis of the foundation, which in turn would guide the economic system. Who decides? People who care. The more, the better.